think half of the people there were butt naked.
You guys are definitely like dating. Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, or Puff Daddy and LKhloe.
From old episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the one that was closest to Diddy, it seems, was definitely Khloe.
From old episodes of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, the one that was closest to Diddy seems to be Khloe. When Khloe Kardashian posts photos of her family, including True and Tatum, the comment section is usually flooded with well wishes, like, "Oh, what a cute family." However, there was a post she made on September 24th this year that saw suspicion and anger mixed in amongst the usual comments of, "Oh, so cute." Followers appear to be turning on Khloe and her entire family due to their previous association with Puff Daddy. This Instagram post was pretty cute, right? She was dropping off her family at school, and there were a lot of positive comments, like pop singer Chloe Bailey saying, "Oh my gosh, best mama." But then you got to look at the ick. One commenter pointed out, "We're just glossing over the sick fact that she and the other Kardashians knew what went on at parties." Another comment in all caps read, "This circus is trying to deflect from them parties they went to." For many decades, anyone who knew anything about Hollywood parties knew that Puff Daddy's parties were the place to be. He had his annual Hamptons White Party and these blowout birthday bashes. These lavish soirees were attended by everyone: Jay and Beyoncé, Jennifer Lopez, Leonardo DiCaprio. The Kardashians were like the socialites. They had to be at the parties. For his 50th birthday, Puff Daddy had the whole Kardashian family there, along with Kate Beckinsale, Naomi Campbell, and others. Now, obviously, in light of recent events, all these images are going viral on social media because folks want to know what megastars were at these parties and which parties they attended. In some images, it looks like everyone is having a good time. They've all got bottles of some fun liquid. There's a photo of Leonardo DiCaprio having some fun and Mariah Carey enjoying herself. But there's one image that stands out to me. Puff Daddy screaming at one party, holding Paris Hilton in his arms and Kim Kardashian by his side. This had to happen during the era when Paris had Kim as her assistant, but still, Kim, we have questions. Let's get back to Khloe for a moment. There is a video that recently made rounds on social media where Khloe Kardashian brags about partying with a music mogul. This was in an older episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians that aired in 2014, about 10 years ago. It showed the now 40-year-old catching up with her sister Kourtney as she unpacked a wild party with a bunch of her friends, including Puff Daddy, Justin Bieber, and French Montana. Later in the episode, Khloe was enjoying a bowling session with a pal and mentioned, "I haven't been to bed yet. I got on a plane at 5:30. She was still talking about the party, going into details that she couldn't talk about. It looks like the friendship was long-lasting because 2 years later, in 2016, Khloe invited Puff Daddy to appear on her Cocktails with Khloe series, where she hailed him as a hardworking yet eclectic person. She said, "Well, I know you're known for the parties. When you think of a party or a good time, you think of Puff." She added, "We've been known to party with you a few times." Obviously, she turned to her sister Kourtney, who is also in this episode, saying, "Yeah, you were just at Puffy's birthday." Kourtney responded, "Yeah, I forgot about that. That was an epic night too." Khloe added, "I don't know how you have all the energy, but that's who you are, and that's why people are so drawn to you, because you're so eclectic. No matter what, no matter how much you work, you don't sleep, you don't do anything, and that's just you." This friendship is still going strong. In 2019, Khloe was still posting pictures of Puff Daddy. In one, she can be seen posing with the now disgraced producer, along with Kim and Kylie. These photos were to commemorate Puffy's celebrity-packed 50th birthday party that I mentioned earlier. If we're going throughout the family tree, I know a lot of outlets have claimed that Kim was among those who unfollowed Puff Daddy on Instagram, but nobody in the family has really spoken publicly about the speculation. Here's the thing. Khloe has literally said so many times that there's nothing like a Puff Daddy party. But like, girl, what were these parties? Tell me more. Now, we have to acknowledge that nobody in the famous family has been linked to any of the allegations that Puffy is facing, but they haven't spoken out following his arrest. Not to say,
So
hey,
once again, the
we weren't
sisters
at
are
this.
heaping
Or,
praise
hey,
on Puff Daddy.
that was bad.
Khloe added, like,
They've
I
been
don't know how you
fawning
have all
over
the
him
energy,
publicly
but that's
for
who
how
you
many
are,
years
and that's
now?
why people are so drawn
Folks,
to you.
like a
because you're so
decade, if not
eclectic.
more.
No matter
I
what,
know
no
Kris
matter how much
Jenner's
you work,
partner,
you don't sleep, you don't do
Corey
anything, and
Gamble,
that's just
had
you.
ties to the
And
rapper,
this friendship is
so
still
once
going
again,
strong.
why
We're
are
gonna
they
go down
not
the timeline,
speaking out?
folks.
Apparently, they might be dreading the prospect of testifying at his trial. According to an insider, the whole family is in panic mode. Like, oh my gosh, all these years they've been bragging about partying with him, and obviously, everybody's assuming and wondering, were they involved in the freak-offs? Now, if you don't know, those are the carefully organized events that involved activities with professional workers. According to sources, the whole family was like, yeah, no, we're not involved. We just can't say anything because they had
Also,
no
we've
idea the
got
sorts
Kim
of twisted
and
things that he
Kylie.
was up to
These
after
photos were to
hours.
commemorate
But yet,
Puffy's
the girls were
celebrity
talking about
50th
partying with
birthday
him
party that I
until
mentioned
5:30
earlier.
a.m.
So sure, if we're
and
gonna
we
go
all
through
know
the
the
family
timeline
tree,
of what
I know
party
a lot
happened
of
when.
outlets have claimed that
Sure,
Kim was among
sources
those who
have said
unfollowed
that
Puff
yes,
Daddy on Instagram,
Puffy
but
had
nobody in the
plenty
family
of
has really
glamorous
spoken
parties
publicly
over
about
the
the
years that
speculation.
weren't freak
So here's the
offs.
thing.
At least
Khloe
not until
has
the
literally
early
said,
morning hours when the majority of people had left. But once again, folks, early morning hours? We're going back to leaving the party at 5:30. That screams early morning to me, how about you? Going back to Corey for a moment, he shared a post a couple of years ago honoring the family, honoring Puffy, and one of Puff Daddy's partners. A lot of folks think that Corey must have had some knowledge of what was going on at these parties, being so close to Puffy and his partner, which he is totally denying. Yes, sure, this is all very ugly and very embarrassing, and Kris, being the absolute ultimate PR person, is scrambling to distance themselves from everything and distract everybody. But it's kind of impossible when you've been bragging about it for so long. So, let's talk about Puff Daddy's parties for a moment. Let's go back to 1999. Puffy was talking about his white parties, and it kind of hit the news for a couple of reasons you're going to find out in a moment. He said in 1999, and I quote, "They don't want me to party anymore, but we're not going to stop. We will continue to have fun to unite people from all walks of life." He made a prediction, folks. You will hear about my parties. They're going to shut them down. Maybe they're going to arrest me. They're going to do all kinds of crazy things just because we want to have a good time. He said, whenever you bring a different element into people's environments, things that broaden people's horizons, people get intimidated. It's a lot of people out there that feel intimidated by it. Now, I gotta ask, if you were predicting this in 1999, what were you doing back then? How did you know that this was going to go sour? When Conan was like, that sounds kind of dangerous, Diddy tried laughing that off, but it actually sounds like a bit of a safety concern. I wouldn't want to be locked at a party. So sure, as allegations are surfacing and we're going through all these details about all the heinous things, it might be a while before we get the details that we want. Turns out a lot of attendees were forced to sign NDAs. Now, it is a very standard NDA. It's just like, okay, you can't share information related to Puff Daddy, any partners, any family members, friends, or business associates. You can't take any photos. You can't film anything. You can't record anything without Puff Daddy's permission. You also can't post anything to social media. You can't share photos or videos. And that's all for today.
See you next time.
He's also joked publicly about his tactics for keeping women from ditching his get-togethers. He did this back in 2002 on Late Night with Conan O'Brien. Conan asked, "How do you throw a great party?" And he said, "Women, beautiful women, of course. Beautiful men for the ladies, of course. You need some water." He added, "I don't know if guys have noticed this, but a lot of ladies drink water at the parties, so if you don't have what they need, they're going to leave. You got to keep them there. Need locks on the door.